Welcome back, YouTube. In today's video, we're gonna be making honey barbecue wings, as you could tell by the title. That's why today we're gonna be cooking with me, YB, and it's not really much of like how to cook, but I guess you could take it as that if you want to, if you wanted to follow this recipe or do the exact same, but in your own way. But as always, guys. Let's just get started with the video. Enough chattering, and let's get done with this cooking. Alright, guys. Honestly, before you want to start with all that cutting and stuff, you're gonna want to clean your wings first and then pat them dry, as by what other people always say anyways. And then once you're done doing that, that's when you can start the cutting. Usually you want to cut the wings, if you get the chicken wings all together like that. You can honestly keep it however you want, but honestly you just want to cut it into 3 pieces and basically get the drumstick, right? You got the drumstick, I don't really know what you call this part, and then the extra piece, but you don't really need to keep this, but you can keep it attached to this if you wanted to, but you honestly throw that away and you keep these 2 pieces. But yeah, that's what you want to do, and just like honestly cut your wings all together. So yeah, basically you just want to and also have in hand a bigger knife to cut easily through. What you want to do is just look, and don't just cut it anywhere, just probably look for the bone first, and then once you got your bone, you just start cutting it as you can. So just yeah, so just like how I did it, like that, easily. You just do that same process for all the wings, and then you just, after that, we go on to the seasoning. Alright, y'all, once you're done with that, you're going to want to start with your seasoning. You can put whatever seasoning you'd like, but honestly, if you'd like to follow some of the seasonings I put, it's alright. I don't really mind. So first, just to give some tang in there, you're going to want to get mustard and use pickle juice, not the pickles, pickle juice. Give it that tangy flavor. And then you're just gonna wanna move that around so all of it gets it. You don't wanna use too much, so you honestly just wanna remove some of the extra pickle juice that gets left over, just in case there is any. And then, cause once you're done with the pickle juice, you're gonna wanna use mustard, and I'm not talking about no Kendrick Lamar, bruh. This ain't no cornball. And just smear that. Wait, I gotta shake the bottle first. Smear that all over your chicken. You're probably gonna get your hands dirty, obviously, for using or smearing seasoning all over the chickens. But once you're done with that, to move on to the other ones that don't or need less amount of work like this, you can just wash your hands, clean it with a paper towel, and then get back to those. Just like what I'm about to do. Okay, once you've done that, you can start on with seasonings such as salt, black pepper, paprika, or ground paprika, whatever. Well, whatever version of paprika you got, you can use. It don't really matter. Some garlic powder. And then, honestly, for us Hispanics, we be using adobo Goya, but there's probably other people out there that be using it, so not honestly to assume that there's just Hispanics. Just add some of that for your chicken. And then just so it can get that crunch and whatnot, that, make it crunchy, or what's the term? Yeah, just crunch. You're gonna want to add some baking powder and cornstarch if you like, or anything that will make it if you were making fried chicken. Don't add too much, not just so you don't ruin the flavor. Tipped over here, but add a little more spice to it. But honestly, you don't even need that. But if you got anything else in your household that will allow you to get some spice in, then use it if you like some spice. If you don't, then just keep out ingredients that are spicy. Move your wings around. so that all the seasoning goes everywhere. Do all of that, and then you got it. Then you just move on to the next part. The next part is honestly just getting tin foil and a pan so that you can like put your wings in. Cause this is like we're gonna be using the oven. Some people use like the stove, but honestly, I'll be using the oven. It's much easier than using the stove, but like using like oil and whatnot just to cook some wings. But yeah, cover your pan in tin foil. It'll honestly be a struggle putting this on, but it's alright. Now you're gonna want to add some vegetable oil or whatever choice of oil you want or have, because it's not really just vegetable oil. So honestly, you just want to put a bit of it on top of the wings, and then just put some on the pan. You're probably gonna want to smear that around, so like use one of these and then just smear it around so that it gets all the way everywhere on the bottom of the pan. Just like that, oil up, no diddy. Okay, so once you're done with that, you just probably want to get the oven prepared. But honestly, for me, I gotta take a few things out. You know how we Hispanics do. So, just give me a second. Alright, y'all, once you're done with that, now that the stove is cleared out, you're gonna want to move your wings over to the pan. Depending on my pan, I don't know if it's gonna fit everything, but if you have a pan that fits everything, perfect. But honestly, if you're gonna need to take 2 trips just to do this, it's perfectly fine. You're probably gonna wanna like flip it in between like cooking time, just so like both sides get cooked well. So basically, once you got your full pan ready, you just like preheat or start up the oven. So you can put it on 375 or 400, but the more higher you raise it, the more lower the time. So, or I guess yeah. But honestly, I'll be doing the 375 for some reason. Don't know why. And now you put in the big time. You're gonna want to put 375. And then just click start and then put on your timer. Honestly, put 20 minutes, and then in between 10 minutes, you're gonna wanna flip it over, like 10 minutes each side, and just give it extra time if it's not yet ready. But afterwards, once we're done with the wings, we'll go on to the honey barbecue sauce. It's not honestly from me, it's just me from videos I'll be watching like on TikTok or YouTube and whatnot, and they be saying I got my attitudes and whatnot from the phone, but honestly I'll be learning so much more. But yeah, let's just skip on ahead so that we can get on to the aftermath of when it's done. So yeah, transition. All right, y'all, so after an hour of having to cook the wings, I've got it all ready, and it should all come out like this. So all in perfect condition and everything, all good and tasty. I've already tried one myself and it came out awesome. So now we're gonna move on to our sauce. Basically, you just want to get a separate pan to cook it, just so you can like heat it up and then mix it with the wings so that it goes good. And basically, yeah, probably like keep it low and medium, and then after like a bit of heating up, you just put in your sauces and whatnot, like your barbecue, and then you're gonna want to add some honey on the top. So yeah, that's how you make honey barbecue. And then you're gonna want some seasoning on that too, so some salt, some garlic powder, and then if you want you can add a bit of paprika, but it don't really matter. I'll just add some paprika just for a little spice, I guess. Just mix that around. There you go, easy to make. Or you can just make your own sauce, so it don't really matter. When like all your spices are mixed up and the sauce is bubbling up, that's when you know it's ready. So yeah. Afterwards, next easy step to do is just add the wings. And if you don't have enough sauce to cover all of them, just make more after, you know. So yeah. Alright, y'all. So after all of that, once you're done with the sauce and mixing it well with the chicken, you should get some perfectly good results on the wings. And honestly, I did amazing. But honestly, that's all you gotta do. It's honestly that easy. Before we start eating, we always pray first. So first, I'm gonna pray for my food. Alright then, y'all. Let's just dig in. That is amazing. Honestly, like the way the inside got cooked well in the barbecue sauce. Honey barbecue. Amazing, bro. You know, honestly, I'm making a mess of myself about how good it is. But honestly, you're gonna have to try this on your own to know how it really tastes. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. And I hope you like and subscribe the video if you want. Honestly, I'm not obligating you, but if you want to support me and my channel. I'm not yip yapping. I'm about to enjoy my meal. But thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next vid. See ya. Well, up, no diddy.